Well, let's look at the background. Watersplash Farm has been owned for many years by gravel extraction companies, ranging from ready-mix concrete through halls and now CEMEX today. The site's been nominated for potential exploitation by Surrey County Council in their mineral extraction plan. It's not the only site, there are many others. That plan has got to be made against government directives requiring land banking. In other words, there has to be land provided somewhere to ensure that there is enough minerals that can be extracted for building. And even in the Surrey County Council Minerals Extraction Plan, it's recognised that there are issues on the Watersplash Farm site related to flooding and the very close proximity to high residential areas. And so the proposers have been asked by Surrey County Council to look at these issues specifically and in some detail. Well, over the years there have been many attempts made by Halls and CEMEX to get both planning permission and the permission to extract, which are two separate issues, from both Surrey County Council on the one hand and the Environmental Agency on the other. On each occasion over the last 6 years plus, they failed to get that permission, mainly because at the time the Environment Agency objected to the design on the grounds of groundwater pollution, which is a significant issue with groundwater permeating through gravel strata. But today's responsibilities for flooding have been split, that's changed, between the lead local flooding authority, which in our case is Surrey again itself, who only consider simple surface water runoff issues, i.e. water coming off the roofs, water coming off concrete paved areas, etc. on a site. And the Environment Agency have now been very much more focused to see themselves responsible only for groundwater pollution and strategic river flooding and coastal defences. Well, needless to say, government policy and guidelines on many of these issues are very complex, but nonetheless, if you take the time, they are clear to understand. And the issue really is that the lead local flood authority and the Environment Agency and the proposer, in this case CEMEX, must work together to consider potential combined effects of both on-site and off-site groundwater flooding, which is this underwater flows of water, surface water flooding, which is the runoff from rain and sheet flooding, and river flooding, which obviously we're well aware of in this in this area from the Thames and the Ash, which can flood and their levels certainly can rise. And of course they have the major task of taking away, draining any water that falls or flows through the watersplash area. So these three things have to be viewed very much as a combined event that sees all three of those types of flooding occurring over a similar time period of perhaps several weeks to a month. We are not suggesting that the flood, the rain and the groundwater events all occur precisely at the same moment. Things don't work like that in hydrology. They work in over several weeks, but the net effect of all three does combine, and that's very important for you to note. And we of course have seen that in this area 3 times since 2000.